Number 4 says, believe it's possible. Believe it's possible. Oprah Winfrey said, you don't get what you want, you get what you believe. Beliefs are it. And I'll tell you my favorite belief story. I met this guy. He just died a couple years ago. He was 81. But when he was 61, he shows up in Sydney, Australia for a race that's 850 kilometers, a little over 600 miles. And everybody there is like 20, 30. It's an extreme race. It's a 6.5-day race. And they're all dressed in their Nike, Puma, Asics, Reebok running gear. They're all looking pretty young and fit. And here's a 61-year-old guy wearing Oshkosh overalls, a T-shirt, a baseball cap, construction boots, and galoshes because he thought it might rain. And they're all going, old man, what are you doing here? I'm running a race. You ever run a race before? Nope. You're starting with a 6.5-day race? Yep. Why? It was free on my schedule and I always wanted to run a race. What makes you think you can do this? Do you ever run a marathon? No. Do you ever have any training? No. Do you ever work with a coach? No. Well, I'm a farmer and I have to chase my animals around because I don't have a tractor or a horse. And I herd them. Sometimes there's storms coming in and I got to run over here and get the cows. And I might be out there for 24 hours. I think I can run. So the race starts and they all take off and they're really fast. And here's Cliff, like this. They later dubbed it the Cliff Young Shuffle. See, but Cliff had an advantage that nobody knew. Cliff had never had a coach, never talked to an elite runner, never understood anything about long-distance running, had never read a book on it, never read Runner's World. And so he didn't know you're supposed to run for 18 hours and sleep for 6. So that night, when everyone was so far ahead of him, they went to bed, he was so far behind him, he didn't know it. That night, he just ran right by him. And Cliff ran non-stop for 5.5 days, never sleeping, and broke the record by 12 hours. 61 years old.
You reckon you'll make it all right?
No worries. With this team behind me, I'll make it all right. Make it. We've been practically there now. But I'm fairly fresh. If there's a good sort around, I'll take her out, I reckon.
Do you reckon you'll be ready for a good sort when you get to Melbourne?
Yeah, I'll have a bloody oath. There's plenty down there too, isn't there? I'm going to have a shower in Melbourne, you know, and clean my teeth. I haven't cleaned my teeth since the run started. Couldn't find any water. Well, you start up in the black coat, you don't know where anything is. You haven't got time, really. Going to have a shower and a shave, and what's that other thing starts with S? Over 3, I think.
Day 5. More rain and 175 kilometres of solitude. A record is broken. Joe record. Demoralised, he's caught by Purdon. By now, they're 50 kilometres behind, and Cliff is showing the stamina of a Zulu warrior.
Can't beat the other little bloke. What? Can't beat the other little bloke. No.
How are you this morning, Cliff? Pretty good now. Still strong. Yeah. I'll make it. Tonight? Yeah, about 11 o'clock, perhaps. Around about 11. Yeah, see you in Melbourne about 11, I hope.
Can you go straight through?
Yeah, only stop now and again like this, a bit of food and change shoes, that's better. Won't stop for long, won't rest, I don't think. No time to rest. And the fellas are coming up behind. You've got to go hard instead of keeping back.
Why'd you go to the front so early?
Oh, I like the front position. I'd say I let them, the first day I let them run themselves out, and then I took the lead at night time, and I've held the lead ever since. I don't mind the front. If I can get a good break about,
too strong in the hills.
20 or 30 kilometres, you can sort of gauge it. You can relax when you get a good lead, and then when they start to go out again, it's not bad.
Well, the other blokes have trained for months and done all the science. What's your secret, you reckon?
Oh, well, you just got to keep going, I think. You can't relax. You've got to keep the pressure on. You can't. It's not easy. It's tough. It's a tough run. The pressure's there all the time.
Don't get cold, then. What sort of runner would you say you are then?
Oh, I've got no experience. Born and bred out in the bush runner. One of the old style runners. That's about it. No science. No, I'll just get this in our mouth and this.
Now, when I say elite sportsman, you automatically think of a 61-year-old potato farmer wearing gumboots, don't you?
Sometimes you have events that sort of tickle a nation's funny bone, or something grabs their attention, and with Cliff Young, it appealed to us on so many different levels.
And he used to run in gumboots. He was the worst dressed sports person we've ever had. These days, of course, you know, Nike would have been there getting very special slick gumboots.
Cliff Young was, as his name suggested, young at heart. He embodied the never-say-die attitude many aspire to, but few achieve.
What the interesting thing about Cliff Young is that he wanted to do it, and it was remarkable what he did. I mean, he didn't cheat, he actually did it.
Oh, it's been a very tough run. The hills all the way to here, anyway.
And day after day, Cliffy Young, the Cliff Young Shuffle, and the whole nation fell in love with him.
Incredibly, at age 61, Cliff became the oldest marathon winner, and he took 2 days off the previous Sydney to Melbourne race record.
Do you think that you're going to make it all the way?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm going to run all night tonight, and I hope to finish tomorrow. Tomorrow night sometime.
And he strutted the field, he just ripped them wide open. Kept going to Melbourne. If they hadn't stopped him, he would have finished in Perth.
Cliff was awarded the first prize of $10,000. He promptly gave $2,000 to each of the 5 other runners and kept nothing for himself. An impressive and generous man, that Cliff.
Cliff, would you do it again? Would you do it again? Oh, no, I don't think so.